Okay, we're going to make some butter this morning. Hello. Are you ready to try and make some butter? I'm going to try this. My new butter churn came in. Long time no see. Hey troops, hi, how are you this morning? We're going to try and make some homemade butter. So the kit that I'm using, it just came in the mail. Well, it was just delivered. It's called the AMISH Chef Turn and Churn Pro. So that's what we're going to be using. Good. How about yourself? Doing good. I'm multitasking, so you probably hear my dryer in the background. I'm going to try and make this some butter and try this new butter churn out today. And we're getting ready to go back to the camper this afternoon, so I'm multitasking today. So in this kit, it came with a glass butter churn, has the wooden handle on top and on the side, stainless steel top and gears, and this has a stainless steel paddle for your churning. I like that it's all stainless steel. I'm not sure with it not having the plastic or wooden paddle, but this is a trial. We'll see what happens. This could go really bad or this could go really good. So this comes in your kit. That is your butter churn. Then you get 2 wooden paddles, and one side has little grooves and the other side is flat. Hopefully you can see that. And that is to scoop your butter out of your churn when it's done, and to help shape and squeeze your butter. Well, let's hope it goes good. Yes, I'm hoping so. Let's hope this goes good. So it did give you the 2 little paddles to help scoop your butter up out of the churn and to help squeeze any excess moisture out of the butter and to shape the butter. So it did come with those. It came with this really nice little grip. Hi Grandma, hi Moon, how are you? Oh. And I think this is going to be really nice because I'm going to be using it on my countertop, and it's a granite countertop. So this is for you to set your glass churn on so that it doesn't slide. Can you do the thud shaker? Good. I want to go to your house today. Oh, thank you, Moon. Okay, and this has this little rubber pad that you can put down and then set your butter churn on, and that way when you are churning it and spinning it, it's not moving. Don't answer that. Nope, I'm not going to answer that. Then it also came with a cheesecloth, which we're going to need here in just a little bit. So it did give you a cheesecloth. And it also came with the little recipe pamphlet. So what we're going to be doing is following this step by step to try to make our butter this morning. And this is going to be homemade, following the instructions, and it says it will take approximately 15 minutes. Also in the kit, and I'm hoping that you can see how pretty this is, and I'm not sure if I can hold it, but it does say butter. And this is a butter crock, and some people call them a butter bell. They call them a butter bell because they do look like a little bell. And this is what we'll be putting our butter in. We'll be putting the butter in the top part, and then we'll be putting it into the crock, and I'll be telling you what to do prior to putting the butter in the crock, and then you can set it out and have soft butter, or you can set it in the refrigerator. So these are everything that came with the kit, and I went ahead and washed everything, got everything ready, try and speed things up. And again, that is the AMISH Chef Turn and Churn Pro butter churn. And that's everything that came in the kit. It was nicely packed. The crock was in its own little box, and it had styrofoam around it. Everyone like and subscribe if you have not already. Oh, thank you, troops. And so this was very nicely wrapped and in a separate little box inside. Everything was very well very well wrapped, and I was impressed with that. So the main ingredient is our heavy whipping cream, and it says to let it get to room temperature. So I have let it get to room temperature. I have washed everything, got everything ready. So I'm going to readjust my camera here. And move it over a little bit so you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. There we go. Hopefully you can see me and see the churn. See if I can move it over just a little bit more. There, can you see that okay? Let me go down just a little bit. Okay. So, I've got my little rubber mat. Got to go. Have a blessed day. Thank you, troops. And I've got my churn, my butter churn. So now all I'm going to do is just open this up and add my whipping cream, my heavy whipping cream. If I didn't tighten it too tight, I have a habit of tightening things tight. So here's my glass container. Here is the stainless steel paddle, wooden handle, wooden crank, or wooden handles, and then a stainless steel crank. So I'm going to set that off to the side there. Now it says to add 10 ounces of whipping cream, or 300 milliliters. And they say to have it at room temperature. So we've got that ready at room temperature. So I'm just going to measure this out, and I need 10 ounces. And this is just room temperature whipping cream. Let me shake that up a little bit. It looks like it's settled a little bit. Okay, 10 ounces. Okay, we've got 10 ounces or 300 milliliters is what they're asking for. Okay, there's our 10 ounces. And I'm going to put that in. Let's see if I can't get a spatula, because I want to make sure I get all of that in there. Okay. Put a little bit of water over there and that so it can soak. Okay, so there's my whipping cream. Now, if I wanted to salt this, I would go ahead and add a little bit of salt at this time in my whipping cream. My husband does prefer salted butter. So I'm just going to put a wee little bit of salt in there. And then this is my first time using this one. If you get some scales and put the chum onto the scales and tear weight, you can weigh the cream straight into the churn. Oh, okay, in the churn. I love fresh made butter. Oh, okay, well, thank you. I'll have to get me a scale. I don't have a scale. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this closed back up. Again, this is new. It just came. I just arrived yesterday. So I don't want to get it too tight. I have a habit of wanting to tighten things way too tight. Okay, now it says to churn for 15 minutes. So I followed step 1. Step 1 is 300 milliliters, 10 ounces of room temperature double whipping cream into the butter churn, which we did, and secure the lid. Step 2, you can use, turn the handle for approximately 15 minutes. Watch as the cream thickens and turns into butter. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 15 minutes. And we'll see how close this is. So let's start making some butter. And again, I have it on the little rubber pad they gave me so that my jar is not bouncing all over. And this is the Amish Chef Turn and Churn Pro. And right now all I have in there, if you're just coming in, is heavy whipping cream. I added just a little bit of salt because my husband prefers the salted butter. And now we're just churning for 15 minutes. And of course you can do this in your KitchenAid, if you have a KitchenAid, as long as you use the wire whisk. And it is very messy. It will splash, so you'll need a splash guard or a towel or something to keep it from splashing. You can also use a hand mixer, but I'm trying to do this the old-fashioned way. And this is new, so we're trying it out, see what we think of it. So if you're just coming in, thank you for stopping in. And we're going to make some homemade butter. And hopefully this turns out okay. This is a new kit that came in, and we're just trying it out. So have you all used a hand crank butter churn? If you have, what's your opinion of them? What do you think of them? And if you have you used the Amish Chef Turn and Churn Pro, which is what I'm using today. So this is basically a trial in a review of my new butter churn that just came in. So, I'm excited to see how this turns out. And I'll have some fresh butter to take with me to the camper this afternoon. If it turns out okay. If everything works out, we'll see. Like I said, this is a new kit that just arrived. And this is the first time using it. Okay, and let me see. It's only been a few minutes. I'm not really noticing any difference yet. And this one does have the stainless steel paddle. It's not a wooden paddle or a plastic paddle. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully you can see the little orange mat that came with it, that came with the kit to set the churn glass jar on. Now it's starting to get thicker. And it's only been a few minutes. It's almost like a Cool Whip at this point. And it has only been about less than 5 minutes. I don't know if I can show you that or not. Maybe you can see that. It is almost like a heavy whipped cream at this point, like a Cool Whip. So far it is doing something. I enjoy trying new things in the kitchen, and this is just the newest thing that we're trying. I hope that you can see that churn there very good, and the pad that it's on. And you never know when you're somewhere and you need some butter. This would be a quick and easy way to make butter if you were off grid. All you would need is some heavy whipping cream and about 15 minutes to crank it. So what do you think so far? What is your opinion? So this is a trial. First time trying it. And also like a review as well. And I'm starting to get butter. Hopefully you can see that. I'm starting to get some butter in there. Let me see if I can bring it down. See that yellow butter in there? We're starting to get butter. And it has not, it's only, I still have a little over 7.5 minutes left out of 15 minutes. So we are seeing butter. That's amazing. So far, so good. We're seeing our first butter starting to form. It's easy to crank. I'm not having any trouble cranking it. And it probably would set pretty well set there, but I'm kind of holding it on the little mat that they sent with it. And as you can see, we are getting more and more butter in there. Hopefully you can see that. See that butter in there. And it's only my husband and I, so I don't really need a large batch of butter, so I thought this would be really nice for us. I do have my timer set for 15 minutes. And I'm going to change hands here and maybe, well, no, better not, because my left hand doesn't do too good. We'll just go ahead and continue with my right hand. If you had someone else helping you, this would be probably really easy. I'm not having that much trouble. Next time I'll probably sit to do it. I'm just standing this time. And I'm seeing a nice separation between the butter and the milk, the buttermilk. So far, so good. This is turning out really nice so far. I can hear a difference in the sound of cranking. And I'll show you again. See that nice butter in there? Look at all that nice butter in there. So far, so good. And again, this is, if you're just coming in, it's the Amish Chef Turn and Churn Crow. And it came as a kit. It had the churn in it, the glass churn, the pad that I've got it setting on, 2 wooden paddles to help shape your butter, a cheesecloth, and a butter cloth, and an instruction pamphlet. So it all came as a kit. And I still have 3 minutes left, and I've got a good bit of butter in there. So if you have any suggestions or comments, I'll try to read them right now while we're just cranking and making butter. I do like the suggestion of getting the scale and weighing out the cream. I just measured out the cream. And it called for 10 ounces or 300 milliliters of heavy cream at room temperature. And I can see that it's really starting to separate. I'm hoping that you can see that butter in there. It's really separating nice. I'll go ahead and do it for the full 15 minutes because that's what they suggested. It does crank very easy. I like that it's small and you can make small batches of butter. It's not a large churn. It's probably about maybe close to 2 pints, maybe, or a pint and a half. See how much time I have left. I'm down to about 53 seconds. I'm hoping that's not too loud. For me, it's not loud. And we definitely have butter. Amazing. It's very smooth. Pretty self-explanatory. The instructions were very nice. Okay, and it's been 15 minutes. So I'm going to turn off the timer. And then I'm going to go to step 3. Again, I'm using the little pamphlet. Step 1 was to add room temperature whipped cream. Step 2 was to churn for 15 minutes. Now step 3, we need to separate the butter from the buttermilk. And here's what we've got right now. This is what I'm seeing. I'll let you see what I'm seeing. Hopefully you can see that okay. And I do have a pint jar. And I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can't pour the buttermilk off of the butter. I'm just going to set that to the side. And hopefully you can see this. Whoops. And this will be buttermilk. I'm not sure how much is going to come out. And then what we've got left in the jar is butter. Hopefully you can see that. Let me get another spatula. And I'm just going to lay that down right there on this side. And then here is what we've got. Can you see that? We have butter. Hopefully you can see that okay. It's pretty. It's yellow. It's very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more of this milk out. Okay. So I ended up with this much buttermilk, and this is a pint jar. So if I wanted to make buttermilk biscuits or buttermilk pancakes, I have fresh buttermilk and fresh butter. So now, we're going to go to step 4. Place butter into a bowl of ice cold water and squeeze out any remaining buttermilk using the butter paddles. Okay, so I've got me a little bowl. I'm going to add some ice. And I'm going to add some fresh water. So I'm just putting some bottled water. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this butter and place it in my bowl of ice water. Wow, that is so pretty. And then it says to use the wooden paddles, and I've got 2, to help squeeze the extra water or milk out. So they give you 2, and one side has ridges and one side is smooth. So we're going to use the ridge side. And I'm just going to kind of roll that around a little bit in the cold water. Oh, that is so pretty. I hope you can see how pretty that is. And now I'm going to squeeze some of that extra water out. Extra milk. That is so pretty. And hopefully you can see that extra milk coming out of there. Oops, and I just dropped a piece back in. It's very soft. Very pretty. Hopefully you can see that. And we'll continue to see if I can squeeze just a little bit more out. There's not much coming out. Look at that beautiful butter. Homemade butter. So, what I'm going to do next, see if I can get me a paper towel here. I'm going to lay this down on a paper towel. I'm going to move that water. Now, it came with, let me see if I can't move all of that out of my way. This kit came with cheesecloth, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my cheesecloth. Even though I've used my paddles, I want to see if I can squeeze any more water through this cheesecloth. So I'm going to go ahead and just place that right on my cheesecloth. And I want to see if I can squeeze any more water out. God bless you, Grandma. Have a wonderful day. Oh, well, thank you. And I'm going to see if I can squeeze just a little bit more water out of there. And it looks like I did a really good job. I'm not getting hardly anything at all. So I think we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop that off my cheesecloth. So I don't want to waste any of this yummy butter. And I'm going to get me a spoon. Now, with this kit, let me go ahead and put this back on one of my wooden paddles. And I'm just going to see if I can scrape a little bit of that butter off of there, so I'm not wasting. Don't want to waste it. And as you can see, there's not much on there. I'm going to lay that off to the side. Wash my hands. Okay, so now the final step, go ahead and get that water moved, is they did give me in this kit this beautiful butter crock. Some people also call it a butter bell because it is shaped like a bell. And this is what I'm going to be storing my fresh butter in. So the first step, I'm going to bring this over so you can see what I'm doing. Hoping you can see that. Is I'm going to take this butter and I'm going to put it in here, but I don't want any air bubbles. So I'm going to kind of get a spoonful and let you see the butter. Look at that butter. And I'm just going to put it in and then use the back of my spoon and just kind of smooth it out so I don't have air bubbles. Oh, that is some pretty butter. I'm just dropping it in and just kind of smoothing it out in my butter bell or butter crock, whichever you prefer to call it. And by putting my butter in here, I can keep my butter soft. I can store it right on my counter or on my island. And when I want fresh, soft butter, I have fresh, soft butter. And this should be enough to make just enough for this butter bell with this recipe. Oh, that is so pretty. And I'm just going to kind of smooth that out a little bit. And then I'm going to wipe off all my edge. Look at that beautiful butter. Can you see that? Beautiful yellow. It's soft. So I'm going to get a knife. Just to show you what the butter looks like. There's the butter. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to go ahead and smooth that back in there again, because I want this smooth. It smells like fresh butter. Oh. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off again. And I'm going to set this down like I would use this on the table. What are you making? Just joined. I'm making butter. Yes, homemade butter. And then this is the crock that this will be set down in, that your bell goes down in. So, I'm going to move my paddles and the knife and spoon. Now, you may not be able to see this. I love your streams. Oh, well, thank you, Flowers Forever, thank you. In here, there is one little line. You may not be able to see that, but there is a little line right here. So you want to take water, and you want to just take it up to that line. Hopefully you can see that. I don't want to turn it sideways, but trust me, it's up to the line, and I stopped. So then you will take your butter. I can see. Oh, okay, good. Now you just take your butter bell, and as you can see, my butter's not sliding out because I used the spoon and I kind of put everything in there so there was no air bubbles for it to slide. So I'm going to take this, I want to make sure and pack it down one more time just to make sure it's good and solid, because I did have my little knife in there. I'm going to wipe off my edge again. And then I'm just going to put this right into my butter crock or butter bell. And I can set this on my island. I'll have nice soft butter. It'll last at least a week or more. Some people say up to 30 days. Some people say a couple weeks. And the recipe book says a week, but I did add a little bit of salt, so I'll let you know. And of course I'll be using this daily. Nice container. It came with the kit. It came in this kit that I'm using. So by putting the water into the crock, the butter crock or butter bell, and putting your lid on, it will form a tight seal so that nothing can get in, and that forms a seal. So every couple days you probably want to go in and put fresh cold water back in the bottom, and just make sure that everything looks good. And this will be ready, and anytime that I want fresh butter, and you see that did not come out, it's still there. Oh, that's cool. Yes. And if you have having dinner and you want soft butter, you just take it out of the crock and you just set your bowl right on your island, and you just scoop your fresh butter right out of your bowl. Is that not amazing? And so now we did get the butter. I want to put that back. And we did get this much buttermilk. So I can put the buttermilk in the refrigerator if I want to make buttermilk pancakes or biscuits. Not only did I get fresh butter when I did this, and it took me 15 minutes to churn it, and what little bit of time it took me to make it. So does that Grand Musky squirt or not? I'm not even going to answer your questions. This is a learning, teaching channel, and please be respectful, everybody. That's all I ask. Yes, that was rude. So, if I wanted to actually make more butter and get a larger amount of buttermilk, I could put it in the refrigerator and use it to make pancakes, to make biscuits, or any other recipe that would require buttermilk. I could freeze it and then take it out whenever I needed it and use it later. Or I could go to my dehydrator and actually turn it into a buttermilk powder with my dehydrator. Dehydrate it and then grind it up in with my blender or not, my small blender, or my little coffee maker that I did my egg powder with. I'll be making buttermilk powder. So I could do that as well. So what do I think of it as a review? So far, everything went great. I didn't have any problems. And again, that was this kit. It's called the AMISH Chef Turn and Churn Pro. And with the kit, you got the wonderful churn. Of course, I've got a spatula in there that didn't come with it. The wonderful churn, which is stainless steel, and the paddle stainless steel with wooden handles. Your glass churn jar. It came with the nice little rubber mat that you set your churn on so that it doesn't scoot while you're churning, and I thought that was very nice. It came with the cheesecloth, and it came with the 2 wooden paddles so that you can shape your butter and squeeze any extra liquids out of. Love your dress. Actually, this is a shirt. I've got on shorts. We're getting ready to go to the camper, and it's going to be warm. So I'm multitasking this morning. But thank you. So all I needed was room temperature heavy whipping cream. Oh, that fooled me. Oh. Yes, it's just a cool shirt because I'm going to be in the vehicle, and we've got a little ways to go to the camper, and it's going to be warm. And I put on shorts because I'm going to have both puppies with me in the car. Because Mommy takes the puppy in her car. She has the 2 puppy seats in her car. And I've got one puppy right here sleeping, and one in the other bed sleeping. So they're resting up. And so basically all I needed was 10 ounces or 300 milliliters of heavy whipping cream and 15 minutes and a little bit of ice water and a little bit of thyme. And I have fresh butter. I bet they're cute. I can show you. Let me get it turned around here. This is Lily. She's taking a nap in the kitchen. She says, I'm napping. And there is Ryder. He says, Mama, I'm napping. That is my babies. They are precious. And they are taking their nap because they will be having a long weekend at the camper, and they absolutely love it. So this was the new butter churn. So I was trying it out, got to try it out and do a review. In 15 minutes, as you've seen, we have beautiful butter. And I'll be taking this with me into the camper today. And my beautiful butter crock that came with the kit. I have one of the rarest pets ever. I mean to. These are Maltese. Ryder turned a year old July 1st. And she was born, March 8th. So she's April, May, June, July. She's going on 4 months. So she just had her last puppy shots at the vet on Monday, and she is super healthy, and she won't have to go back to the vet for a year. They are some African snails that are pets. They grow size over your palm. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and put my buttermilk in the refrigerator because I'm going to take this with me to the camper and make some buttermilk pancakes or some buttermilk biscuits, which I think the buttermilk biscuits or pancakes, either one, will be amazing when we try out the new butter. Now I probably should take a little taste and let you know what it tastes like. So I'm just going to use the back of my spoon so I don't really disturb this too much. And I'm just going to see if I can get me a little bit on there. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is amazing. Wow. I mean, it reminds me of my grandmother's homemade butter. She was a Mennonite, and she would make homemade butter, and that is the closest I think I have came to. Other than hers was the fresh cow milk cream. It may have had just a little more, might have been a little more rich, but that is the closest I think that I've came to my grandmother's homemade butter, and she made the best butter. So, of course, yes, I'm eating out of this. It is only myself and my husband, and tastes great. It looks great. As a review, would I recommend this? That's the first time that I tried it. I unboxed it. Eat with bread, and I bet it tastes amazing. Oh, I bet it does. So I'm going to take this extra buttermilk that came out of the butter churn and either make some buttermilk pancakes or some buttermilk biscuits for my hubby this weekend at camp, at the camper, so he can try the new homemade butter. So that will be going with me to the camper this afternoon along with the buttermilk. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the refrigerator. So my review on this, and again, this is the AMISH Chef Turn and Churn Pro. I didn't have any trouble at all with it. I just got it in yesterday. I unboxed everything, washed everything, and you got to see me use it for the very first time. I never had any trouble at all. I just followed the simple instructions that came in the recipe pamphlet, and it's only step 1 through 4. Very simple and easy. It said 15 minutes, and within 15 minutes we had butter and we had leftover buttermilk. So, I'm very impressed. I'm glad that I did invest in that. Oh, that's so fast. Yes, it took 15 minutes. Once you got your milk in, your heavy whipping cream in. And I just used an off-brand. I just got a Kroger's brand, heavy whipping cream, and just followed the instructions. And within 15 minutes, as you've seen, we had homemade butter. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. And as I said, I'm multitasking, so I need to hop off of here and finish getting everything ready to go to the camper. My swing chairs, stands did come in. My swing chairs, macrame ones, did come in before, and the swing chair stands finally arrived, so we're going to take them over the holiday weekend. And, see, then the new butter churn come in, and I don't think there was anything else that has arrived for the kitchen, but I'm still getting everything packed up and getting ready so we can take off this afternoon and enjoy a nice holiday weekend. So I hope you have plans for this weekend. I hope you enjoy the weekend and, you know, with your family, with your friends, and go out and get some sun. You know that vitamin D, the best vitamin D you can get comes from the sun. And as always, don't be afraid to try new things in your kitchen. It's fun. And you guys got to join me with it for the first time using this. And I'm very impressed. So thank you for stopping in. If you liked and subscribed, thank you very much. I always thank you for your kindness because you are always so kind to me. And I appreciate that so much. So, I may do a live from the camper this weekend, over the holiday weekend, and let you see this stand, swing chairs and stands and things. So I might check back in over the weekend. It depends on what all we're doing. It was amazing to watch. Oh, well, thank you. So, until next time, I will see you all. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your holiday weekend. And as always, please be kind. Be kind to one another. We need to see more of that. So, I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And thank you for your kindness, as always. And you have a wonderful day. You have a wonderful day, too. Flowers forever. Bye-bye. I'll catch you the next time.